Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Want to go ahead and bring you guys through a seated home exercise program today. I'll begin with our disclaimer. You want to make sure that you're feeling well when you're engaging in exercise. Never perform exercise if you're experiencing an acute injury or you have any symptoms that would include lightheadedness, dizziness, shortness of breath, or chest pain. Make sure you're communicating these changes with your doctors, and most importantly, make sure that your case manager has cleared you to perform this activity at home. It is a program that you can perform on every other day. You want to make sure that when you're resistance training, you have at least one day of rest in between consecutive sessions. This will target all of the major muscle groups. It's your choice whether or not you want to do one or more sets. I recommend that you do 10 to 15 repetitions on each exercise. Today I'm just going to demonstrate 10 reps. And if you perform the whole sequence once and you choose to just rewind the video and repeat a second or third set, that would be fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. The only equipment that you require is the chair. You want to make sure you're seated nice and tall. The first one we're going to do is just a simple heel and toe raise. So you want to sit up nice and tall. We're just going to inhale as we lift the toes up, and then exhale as you lift your heels up. You want to try to create resistance, pushing both your heels and the balls of your feet down into the floor with each repetition. And do as much as you can here, making the move as big as possible, going through the full range of motion. 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm actually going to go ahead and turn sideways so you guys can see me better. Take a rest here should you need it. The next exercise is just simply marching. It's going to be much easier if you sit back into the chair with your low back and spine supported. It will challenge your abdominals if you sit away from the chair. You want to make sure you're lengthening through your spine, however, and avoiding leaning back. So, you can hold the sides of the chair or the arms that are available. You're going to inhale to begin and exhale to lift your knee. Again, as high as you can. Inhale down, exhale up. 3. You're working the muscle in the front of your hip here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Always move nice and slow with control. There's our 10. You can take a rest, and we'll do the same exact thing on the other side. Again, maintaining good posture, trying to pull your belly in, whether or not you're seated against the chair or seated away from the chair unsupported. Inhale to begin, exhale to lift the knee. Inhale down, exhale up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Take a rest. The next exercise is going to be for the back of the leg in your hamstring muscle group. It's called a heel slide. I recommend that you try to find some type of cloth and rest it underneath your heel so that you have something to glide against, say a wood floor or even tile would work. But if something can slide easily, you're going to get more out of this. But if you don't have that available, you're just going to gently press your heel down into the floor as you bend at your knee and pull your heel down and behind you. So you're going to exhale to push your heel down and drag it. Inhale to extend the leg. Exhale to push the heel down and drag. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, press down and drag. 4. And seated nice and tall here. 5, 6, 7. The more pressure you can apply against the floor, the more challenging this will become. 9, and 10. Terrific. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, starting with an extended knee. You want to be forward on the edge of your seat here, pressing that heel down into the floor. You're going to maintain toes up here on that moving leg. Inhale to begin. Exhale on the effort to slide that heel backwards. Inhale, exhale to drag. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. This time we're going to go ahead and sit back into the chair. You can always progress to sit away from the chair with some space between the chair's back and your spine. But again, always sit tall. This is for the thigh or your quadricep. We're just going to simply kick your toe to the ceiling and extend your leg. So begin with an inhale and then exhale to kick your toe up, squeezing the muscle right on top of your knee, and then come down nice and slow. Exhale up, inhale down. 3, always moving slowly and under control. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Let's do the same exact thing on the other side. Again, lengthen through your spine, pull your belly button in. Exhale to kick that toe up, squeeze that quadricep muscle, and come down slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. So we're going to move on and do some upper body. I need to turn the page here. This exercise is called a chest fly. You're just going to do the very best you can here. The objective here is to keep your elbows up as high as your shoulder, but if you can't go quite that high, you just do the very best you can. So start with the shape of goalposts, inhale, and then exhale and try to pull your elbows towards one another out in front of your body. So we're going to open through the chest and then pull the elbows in towards one another. So you're feeling all the muscles in the front of the chest squeeze as you bring your elbows towards one another. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And rest. Very good. So we're going to move on to our side bends. It's going to work this oblique muscle on the side body. I encourage you to just lace your hand behind your head with that elbow open. The other hand will just be free to reach down towards the floor. So we're going to bend at the side of the extended arm and then exhale to return to the middle. Inhale down, exhale up. 3, 4, and you should actively be reaching this hand down towards the floor. 6, you're trying to complete the move with your shoulders stacked right on top of your hips. 8, 9, and 10. Rest. If you have any pain at all with this, or you're feeling at all any discomfort, you want to just make sure to limit the range of motion of the move and don't go quite as far. So other hand behind the head, opposite arm reaching down towards the floor. Inhale to bend, exhale to return to baseline. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, inhale down, exhale to return. 9, and 10. Very good. Take a rest. Next, we're just going to move on to do some basic ankle circles. It's much, much easier to go ahead and rest your heel on the floor throughout, but it's more challenging to keep your foot up in the air the whole time. You're going to go in both directions, so we're starting with a counterclockwise circle. 2, 3, do the best you can, keeping that foot off the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, changing direction, keep that foot up off the floor. We're going clockwise at this point. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And shake it out, rest that leg. You should feel a little bit of fatigue there in that hip. So let's go ahead and begin with the other side again. We're gonna start with a clockwise circle, going towards the inside. You can keep that heel on the floor if it's too challenging, but try to challenge yourself if it's pain-free to keep that heel up off the floor throughout. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Counterclockwise, changing direction. 3, 4, 5, 6. I hear all kinds of crunching here in my ankle. 8, 9, and 10. Drop that heel and take a rest. We're going to do some modified sit-ups at this point. You want to make sure that you're never arching your back. You want to try to keep your vertebrae rounded. So your arms are going to be across the chest. You're going to sit slightly away with a few inches between your back and the seat back. As you inhale, you're going to round your back and you're going to try to just touch your shoulder blades against the chair, and then exhale to sit up nice and tall. Inhale to round, tap the shoulder blades, exhale to sit up. Inhale, exhale. 4, 5. Again, make sure you're pulling your belly button in towards your spine, rounding, and then using only your abdominals to help bring your trunk back to baseline. 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Take a rest. Just a couple more exercises here on the list. The next one is an arm circle. Just like with the chest fly, do the very best you can, trying to keep your arms up high in the shape of a T. The bigger your circle, the more challenging this will be. But if it needs to be small at this point, or it needs to be down low, you just do the very best you can. We'll just do a few more here because we are going to go in both directions. We'll call that 10. And then you're changing direction. Again, just do the range of motion that you can, and know that the larger the circle, the more challenging this will be. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You should feel a little bit of fatigue there in the shoulder joints, so rest up. The last exercise on the list is a trunk rotation, where you're just gently twisting at your spine. Just like with the last exercise, if your hands are further away from your body, it's going to be much more challenging. You can keep them in close and do the same trunk twist to the best of your ability, but I'm going to stretch out. Exhale, turn. Inhale, back to center. Just performing one side at a time here. You're trying to create rotation from your rib cage up. 5. So your hips should be pointing straight ahead, and your arms are just reaching across your body, enough to feel these obliques and or love handles doing something. We're going to do one more for 10. Taking a brief rest here if you need to. Again, as with the side bending, if you have any pain in your spine, just try to omit this exercise entirely if reducing the range of motion isn't relieving the pain entirely. So we're going to begin for the other side. Inhale, and then exhale to reach across. Inhale, exhale to rotate. 3. Growing tall through the crown of your head, lengthening through your spine. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good job. So if that was relatively easy, I encourage you to rewind the video and perform all of these exercises one more time so that you're starting with 2 sets of 10, and then in the future you can progress to rewind again and perform a 3rd set. I hope you enjoyed today's plan. Everybody have a great week.